Ball. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 6, Hayden Laskowski. Now to honor America, please direct your attention beyond the right center field fence. Rise if you are able, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our
Good afternoon and welcome to Keystone Game Day. We're live from McDowell Field High School for high school baseball here in Washington County. Today's matchup features the Canon McMillan Big Macs taking on the Trinity Hillers. Canon Mac comes into this one with a little early momentum and are off to an undefeated start on the season and look like a team that's already kind of settled in. They've shown balance across the board so far, solid pitching, timely hitting, and the kind of depth that makes them a tough out. On the other side, Trinity is still working through the early part of their schedule, already tested against some quality opponents and continuing to find their rhythm as the season gets underway. These early games are all about building an identity, and today is a great opportunity for them to make a statement. For Canon Mac, it's about keeping the early season success rolling, and for Trinity, it's about execution, throwing strikes, playing clean defense, and capitalizing when opportunities arise. Two local programs, a great setting, and a chance to set the early tone for the season. Canon McMillan and Trinity, first pitch is coming up next. That's a good start for the pitcher here for Canon McMillan, throwing first ball strikes. As we get underway here, it looks like our first batter is going to be Owen Samaglia. I apologize. That's Carson Hathaway that's up the bat. Our lineup that we were given is a little bit off. My apologies. As I get settled in here, we'll get this figured out. But as we're going, we got a good early start. For Canon Mac, there are a few names that you're going to hear early and often in this one. Starting with Troy Stimpson. He's off to a really solid start at the plate. He's hitting over 500, and they lace a single to center.
Right fielder, Avari Chandler.
Well, we're back here, and I do apologize. We had a couple technical issues. We got set up a little bit late this afternoon, so that's a big apology on my part. As we come in, we're going to the bottom of the first. The home team, Canon McMillan, is down 2-0 after one. They had a couple. Trinity had a couple good swings at the ball there and put them into play. Some aggressive base running got them into position, and they scored a couple runs there in the top. But the way the Canon McMillan baseball team has been hitting so far this year, I think we'll be all right. And like I was talking about before, there are a couple names that you're going to hear a lot of during the course of this game, starting with Troy Stimson. He's off to a really solid start at the plate. He's hitting over 400 so far this season. And he's been one of the more consistent bats in the lineup and a guy that'll take a look to set the tone offensively. Another name to keep your eye on is Keegan Williams. He's been productive early, finding ways to get on base and contribute. He's the type of player that can quietly have a big impact on a game, as well as Massimo Falcone. He's also in the mix, another hitter who's been swinging it well to start the year. So this Canon Mac lineup is going to be isn't going to be just relying on one guy. They've got multiple hitters capable of producing. So as we go to the bottom of the first, first up we have Massimo Falcone, who is hitting .444 on the season, coming into this game. Counts now 1-1. Good eye there as he short hops the plate. He threw about a 46-foot curve ball there. Falcone sets back in the box. He runs the count to 3-1. Very patient at the plate here in this first at bat of the day. He take a walk there and trot on down to first base. Next up,
number 13, MJ Marchak.
As you could hear from the public address announcer, Marchak is now going to step into the plate with a runner on first, nobody down. He bluffed going from first. Marchak took an inside pitch for ball one. Marchak takes a healthy cut there, but fouls it straight back to the backstop for a 1-1 count. Aggressive running from Falcone at first created an issue down at second base for them. They threw it into center field, and he moves up 2 bases. He's calmly standing on third. 1-1 count. That ball was tattooed. It's getting deep into the gap there. Marchak's going for second. He has a stand-up double and drives in the first run for Canon Mac as Falcone crosses the plate. That was a good piece of hitting there. He kept his head down and drove through the ball, put it right out to dead center.
Blake Falcone.
That brings Stimson to the plate. The right fielder steps in, hitting over 400 on the season, and he's got a runner in scoring position.
Troy Stimson.
Stimson, who we mentioned earlier, is standing in, staring down the runner in scoring position. He takes for ball one. Looks like he was taken pretty much all the way there. They're going to force him to throw strikes. Stimson, a junior, is already committed to play baseball at the University of Pittsburgh. Lines up with a 2-0 count. And he takes for ball three. I will say this, as Stimson jogs down to first. They have been aggressive on the base pass, as that's the second stolen base today, as Marshak took third on the called ball four. It appeared that the catcher wasn't exactly paying attention, and he took advantage of that and slid on down to third base. Petregas comes to the plate with two runners on, first and third, nobody down, in a 2-1 ball game favoring Trinity right now. Trinity had a little meeting at the mound trying to calm down their pitcher. Let's see if it worked. Keeping up the pressure. Stimson took second base there. Petregas now has runners on second and third. 1-0 is the count. Pitcher's taking a long time in between pitches. Petregas asks for time. We'll reset. He digs back in. 1-0 count. Ball gets away. It hit the plate. As it trickles back to the plate, we're going to have Marshak score, tying the ball game. Moves Stimson to third. Still nobody out in the bottom half of the first. Kind of an odd way for an RBI for Petregas, but I'm sure he'll take it. Petregas rolls over the ball to short. They're going to take it to first, but the run scores. So Petregas hits into the fielder's choice, but hits into the to the ground out. But he still gets the RBI across. Makes it 3-2 Canon McMillan with one out in the bottom of the first. Radu steps in, down 0-1. Takes one right in the middle of the 4 and 7. Seems to brush it off a little bit as he jogs down to first base. The umpire walks the ball out to the pitcher. Appears to want to have a little talk with him. Short conversation between the umpire and the pitcher. Smogla goes back to the mound. Looks like he's thinking a little bit as we have Shulsky step in. Shulsky's hitting .250 on the year. I apologize, that's Lane Gerba on the mound. Gerba sets back. One's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. They're going to try to throw behind the runner down at first. He didn't appear to be taking that aggressive of a lead, but that's a good way to get him back to the bag and keep him close. 2-1 count. As Shulsky steps back in. He bluffs from first. Shulsky swings through the pitch. 2-2, 1 out. Shulsky lines or flares one out to center. It's run down by the center fielder, who throws it over to first base. Got him hanging in between the bases, trying to run a little bit aggressive. That'll be a double play for the third out. We go to the top of the second. Canon Mac leading 3-2.
Bounce back with 3 of their own. After 1, Big Mac 3, Killer 2.
For everybody out there watching, just want to let you know that today's broadcast is brought to you by the Marianna Outdoorsman Association, a cornerstone of outdoor recreation right here in southwestern Pennsylvania. From trout stalking on 10 Mile Creek to hunting, fishing, conservation efforts across hundreds of acres at Wild Acres Farm, the MOA is dedicated to preserving the outdoors and creating opportunities for the next generation. Whether it's casting a line, hitting the range, or getting involved in local events, there's something for everyone. Visit MariannaOutdoors.com to learn more, become a member, and experience everything the MOA has to offer. So with Canon Mac going down 2, headed into the bottom of the first, that offense really came through and showed you what these guys are capable of doing. Canon Mac's really swung it well early in the season, with multiple guys hitting north of 400 coming into play today. So it's not just a one-bat lineup. I'm sure Shulsky would have loved to have had that flurry hit the center field drop to help his cause a little bit, but that's the way that goes sometimes. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities as we go deeper into the game. I'm sure we'll talk about a lot of the athletes here on this Canon McMillan team as we go throughout the day. But it looks like we have a lot of the young men here that are already committed to colleges as we go down through the list a little bit. I think we'll grab that here in between the next inning. We'll talk a little bit about some of the commitments that we have, but it just shows what the good job Coach Steele and the other coaches are doing, getting these gentlemen prepared to play at the next level. We have the DH Harshman stepping into the box right now. One nothing is the count. Ball hit to the almost straight away. Center fielder runs it down. Makes a very, very nice catch to help out there. We've got one down in the top of the second.
Second baseman, Landon Kahn.
Landon Kahn steps in now. The second baseman. A little high and tight there for ball one. Yeah, we're one apiece here on the hit batsman. As Shulsky gets into to Kahn there. Kahn just held his ground and got hit in the leg, and he'll trot down to first base.
Center fielder, Jace Hartley.
Bluff from first. He gets back for ball one. Hartley steps in, batting the bottom of the order. Shulsky comes set. He's going. He's going to be able to get there. Petregas just missed the ball. Looked like it hit the end of his glove and just kind of slid out there. We'll have a runner on second with one out. The shortstop's playing a little cat and mouse behind their runner at second. Shulsky comes set. Down and away. Shulsky settles in and throws ball four. Hartley jogs down to first base with one out. There are runners on first and second. Samagala coming to the plate. He had a hit in his first at bat, so he's 1 for 1 tonight. Through the hole. They're going to hold the runner at third. He's up and fires it back in quick, so we've got the bases loaded with one out.
Right fielder, Chandler.
Chandler comes to the plate with an opportunity to make something happen. With only one out and the bases juiced, he'll have an opportunity here. Looks like Canon Mack is bringing the corner infielders in a little tight while playing deep still at the middle of the infield. Shulsky comes set and throws it right down the middle for strike one. Chandler rolls over top of one. They go and get the out at first base, giving up the run to tie it at 3. We now have runners on second and third with 2 outs. As number 15, Jonah Williamson, steps in. Just a bit inside for ball one. A little low and away there for ball two. Swings through that for a 2-1 count. Looked like he was really trying to hit that one out of here. Williamson thought about it, but held up, making the count 3-1 with 2 outs. He popped it up to the alley. Looks like center fielder's going to call him off and bring it in for the 3rd out of the inning. They minimized the damage there with the bases loaded, only giving up 1 run. And they come in. Ball game tied at 3. Today's game is also brought to you by Boyer Pentec, a trusted name in restoration and construction across western Pennsylvania. Locally owned and operated, Boyer Pentec specializes in bringing homes and businesses back to life after fire, water, or storm damage, working directly with the insurance provider to restore properties quickly and efficiently. With decades of experience and a full-service approach, their team handles everything from emergency response to complete rebuild, so you can get back to normal without the stress. Learn more at BoyerPentech.com and trust the team that's been restoring communities since 1979. We're going to be starting off the bottom of the inning with Westfall, the shortstop, coming to bat. I apologize. That's Williams, the third base. Third baseman is going to be stepping in now. He's hitting .500 on the season coming into this game. Good eye for ball 2. Counts 2-0. He takes one on the inside corner. Count goes to 2-1. Count evens at 2-2. Williams digs in. Rolls over one to third base. Third baseman's up with it. Throws it across the diamond to get him in time. 1 down. Westfall steps in, his first bat of the evening. Looks at the first one for ball one. High and outside. Counts now 2-0. Swung through that one. Looked like he had a beat on that. He was right on it. He just missed it over the top. Long way to run for the right fielder who just missed it. He dove out over the top of it. Center fielder bobbles it, but he comes up throwing. Good aggressive base running there. As Westfall slides in for a double. Good piece of hitting there. He was patient and stayed back on the off-speed pitch and drove it to right field. That brings Caden Lasowski. Caden Lasowski steps in with a runner on second and one down. Stares at strike one. One done. Runner on second will be moving down anything to the right side of the infield. That was a close pitch there, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. He's down 0-2 with one out. Steps out a little bit, composes himself, and steps back in. Little high there for ball one, 1-2. He steps out as the pitcher was waiting a little bit, looking down to second base. Seemed his focus was a lot on the runner down there. He's really taking his time in between pitches. We get a second timeout here. Lasowski taking his time, not going to get out chest moved here. Got out ahead of the off-speed pitch, and he goes down on strikes. I believe that's the first K of the day for Gerba.
Center fielder Massimo Falcone.
Falcone steps back in after walking in his first at-bat. He drives it to the outfield. Center fielder ranges to his right and brings it in. Ending the inning, still tied, 3-3. Going into the top of the third, we have a tie ball game. Also today's ball game and our scoreboard sponsor is Seaside Sports, one of the premier baseball and softball training facilities right here in Washington County. With a state-of-the-art indoor facility, expert coaching, and year-round training program, Seaside helps athletes of all ages take their game to the next level. From private lessons and team training to camps, clinics, and indoor leagues, they provide everything players need to develop their skills. Because at Seaside, there is no off-season. Visit seasidesports.com to book a lesson, join a camp, or start training today. Stepping into the box currently is number 38, Derek Falvo. Falvo is the first baseman for Trinity. He tried to hold his swing there, but he committed. And we've got a 1-1 count on the first batter here in the top of the third. Falvo steps over top of it. And flies it out to the center field, who made a nice catch there in the gap for the first out of the inning. Carson Hathaway steps into the box now. Takes the first pitch for a ball. He comes set, throws it, and Hathaway fouls it straight back to the screen. Counts even at 1 out. Schulze comes set and goes a little bit inside. Hathaway did a good job ducking and getting out of the way of that one. Ooh, copycat of the same pitch. High and inside. Hathaway gets out of the way. Count is now 3-1 with 1 out. A borderline pitch there, but the umpire gives the batter the benefit of the doubt. He walks down to first base.
Catcher, Tim Creighton.
Throw over to first base, just a little bit out, just a little bit late. Slides back in. Tim Creighton steps in with 1 down and a runner on first base. Ball gets away from the catcher. Hathaway moves up to second base. Petragus looked like he had squeezed it, but it looked like it just skidded away from him a little bit. Rolls over it. They're going to hold the runner back to second. The throw from short pulled him off the bag, but the first baseman did a really, really good job of getting his foot back on the base. Radu pulled him off, but it brought him back to the bag, and the umpire called him out.
Bringing up designated hitter, Aaron Hirschman.
The two umpires are going to have a quick conversation here. It did appear, though, that it was the right call. The throw initially did pull him off the bag, but he did get his foot back. After a quick conversation between the two umpires, they've confirmed that it was an out at first base. And we still have a runner at second now with 2 down. Stepping in to bat for Gerba is the DH Harshman. He comes set. Shulsky leads him off with what looked like a curveball on the inside corner for strike one. Looked very similar to the first pitch. Why not? Goes in for strike two. 0-2 with two down. Runner on second. Lined right at second base. Harshman got a good piece of the baseball, but he hit it right at somebody. That'll be the third out of the inning. We come in. Canon Mac comes in to bat in the bottom half, still tied at 3. A big broadcast sponsor for the Canon Macmillan baseball season this year is the Virginia Manor Shops. The Virginia Manor Shops are conveniently located at 1717 Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh. Whether you're grabbing groceries at Giant Eagle, stopping for coffee at Starbucks, or taking care of everyday errands with Citizen Bank, PNC Bank, or Supercuts, Virginia Manor Shops has everything you need all in one place. It's your one-stop destination for convenience, quality, and quick access right off of Green Tree Road. Stop by Virginia Manor Shops and see how easily it can get everything done in one day trip. Virginia Manor Shops, 1717 Green Tree Road, Pittsburgh. As we get ready to come to the bottom of the third inning here, Marshchalk is going to step in.
Second baseman, MJ Marshchalk.
MJ Marshchalk steps in, having hit a double in his first at bat. He gets ready and sets his feet. He takes a short curveball for ball one to start off the inning. Went from low to high, ball two. Good eye for ball three, as that one was a little bit low. Marshchalk worked the count in his first at bat as well. He appears to be a very patient hitter. Takes one right down the middle. Count's now 3-1. Marshchalk sat on that pitch, and it appears that he's going to foul it straight back, and it's going to get over the backstop. Evens the count, or fills the count, 3-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Gerba steps off, saw something he didn't like. He's going to reset. We're going to go back through the routine. He kicks. With a very patient at bat there, Marshchalk's going to walk down to first base, taking ball four there.
Right fielder, Troy Stimson.
Coach Rodi gets in his ear down there at first base. Looks like he's setting something up, but Stimson steps in. Stimson walked in his first at bat. Nobody out, runner on first. Little action down at first base. I have noticed, though, through the course of the game that Canon Mac bluffs a lot. Bluffs the steal from first base, trying to create a little action. Distract, if you will. That was just a little too far inside. Caught Stimson on the arm. Stimson's going to walk down to first base, rubbing that arm a little bit. We have runners on first and second, still with nobody out.
Catcher, and coach, Patregas.
Patregas steps in. Patregas rolled over one in the first inning, but did get the RBI on that hit, or on that ground out. Let's see what he can do here. Takes ball one. Gerba seems to be a little uncomfortable on the mound. That's the second time in 4 pitches he stepped off. Running through the signs again. Gives the head nod and comes set. Patregas showing bunt. Brings the first baseman all the way down the line. He takes a ball 2. Let's see what they got on here. Looks like they're going to try to move the runners up with the bunt from the catcher. He comes set. Patregas doesn't square this time. 3-1's the count. Three and one's the count. Both runners take off. Kind of a delayed steal from first. But both runners move up without even a throw. Patregas now has the count at 3-2. Still nobody out. But that moves both runners up. Patregas is very patient with that at bat, working it full. Now he's going to jog down to first base. There are base runners on each base for Canon McMillan, as we have a timeout, and they're going to go talk to Gerba. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Brandon Radu steps in here with nobody out and the bases loaded, making a great defensive play in the top half of this inning. Let's see what he can do with the bat. Radu patient on that first pitch, takes it for ball 1. I'd just like to let everybody know that we do apologize. There was an issue with the stream early. And it started late, but we will be posting the full video. We have it saved, so we will be posting the full video for anybody that wants to go back and watch the playback. Radu steps ahead of one there and Gets the pitcher gets a favorable call there. Gerba gets one, so it evens the count at 1-1. Still nobody out. Bases loaded. Radu hits one out to right field. Home run. Just inside the foul pole, down the baseline. Radu, after making a great defensive play, will round the bases and he will trot home for the Canon Mac grand slam. That'll open this game up a little bit.
That's a big Mac grand slam for Brayden Radu.
You can hear the fans here getting a little bit excited. They were kind of sitting on their hands a little bit, but that ought to help them out. It appears that Trinity doesn't exactly agree with the call down the baseline. They came out to talk to the umpire, but he said no. He signaled that it was, and we're going to appear to have a pitching change right here. Looks like they're going to be bringing in number 15, Jonah Williams. And it looks like they're going to be taking Gerba out of the game. I apologize. It's not going to be Williamson coming in to pitch. It's going to be number 17 is going to be coming in. He's going to be the new pitcher. And that is Luke Poland is going to be the new pitcher. Poland will be coming in. He's going to warm up here. So we'll take a deep breath here after all that excitement. Lucky fan just walked all the way out there down the first baseline to retrieve that home run ball. So hopefully they bring it back and give it to Mr. Radu, because that's a big swing. Opens this game way up.
Number 17, Luke Poland.
Shulsky rips one out to center. Wow, good run in by the right fielder. He gets all the way in there and makes a diving catch for the first out of the inning.
A nice sliding grab from the right fielder, avoiding Chandler.
Shulsky put it in play. That's all you can do. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the opposing team and say, well done.
Third baseman, Keegan Williams.
So one pitch, one out for the new pitcher, Poland. Williams steps in with one out. Counts 1-0. Evens the count at 1. Lined into center field, gets over the shortstop's outstretched hands. He's going to round first base, but not too hard. Coach Rodi keeps him there. Runner on first with one out.
Single for Williams brings up the shortstop, Noah Westfall.
Westfall steps in for a second bat of the evening, double in his first at bat. Takes one low for ball one. One out, runner on first. Way out in front of the off-speed pitch. Evens the count at one. One ball, one strike, one out, runner on first. Apparently ones are wild. Westfall looks at ball two. Ball was bobbled by the catcher, taken advantage of by the runner on first. Gets down to second base as there was an errant throw. Counts 3-1. Runner on second. Inside there for ball four. Looks like we're going to have runners on first and second. Still only one out. Laskowski coming to the plate.
Left fielder, Aiden Laskowski.
With two runners on and only one out, Laskowski's looking to redeem himself from his first at bat. He struck out looking. He looks at ball one. Looks at ball two as he short hops it. Runner down to third. They threw the ball away into left field. They held the runner, though, at third. Coach Steele being very cautious. We got runners on second and third with only one out.
Runners in scoring position for Ski.
With a 2-0 count, I can understand why Coach would hold him there. So left fielder rounded behind the ball pretty quickly and would have had a shot at him at home. Laskowski swings it over it for a 2-1 count. He squeezed around the bunt, but pulled the bat back for a 3-1 count. Three one count, one out. Laskowski takes it outside for ball four, and he's going to jog down to first base, bringing back up the top of the order with the bases loaded.
Once again, the bases are full of big backs for center fielder Masano Falcone.
Falcone steps in, takes ball one. Falcone patient at the plate, takes ball 2. Bases loaded, still only 1 out. Still here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Falcone swings through one there, 2-1 count. Looked like he was trying to slap one down the first baseline with that swing. With a drawn-in infield, the first baseman in, it wouldn't have been a bad idea if he can just he can throw one out there. 2-1 count. Patient again, taking ball 3 just inside. Falcone takes ball 4, gets an RBI with a walk. With that brings Keegan Williams in to score from 3rd base. Still got the bases loaded, still only 1 out.
Second baseman,
Marshchalk steps back in, swinging a good bat tonight. He had a double in his first at bat. This is his 3rd at bat here in the bottom of the 3rd. Marshchalk goes, he hits it right at the center fielder, but it looks like we're going to tag and we're going to get the runners to advance. He's out at second base, but it appeared that the run scored ahead of it, so that's going to make it an 8-3 lead. It was aggressive, but he tried running in behind it, and the cutoff got him. They got it back. So aggressive base running sometimes can be your best friend. Sometimes it can be your worst enemy. Coach Steele's having a little talk with him as he comes off the baseline, getting coached up a little bit. I'm sure we'll take care of what he needed to with that. Today's game is also brought to you by Hellbender Marketing, a locally owned Canonsburg-based company helping businesses stand out and grow. From custom apparel and promotional products to graphic design, signage, and full-scale marketing solutions, Hellbender Marketing delivers high-quality work with fast turnaround and attention to detail. Whether you're a small business, a team, or an organization looking to elevate your brand, they make professional marketing accessible and effective. Visit hellbendermarketing.com to start your next project and take your brand to the next level. First pitch swinging here in the top of the 4th. Fly ball to right field. Landon Kahn jumped on that, but the right fielder got over there in time to take care of that. Stimson ranged a little bit to his left. Jace Hartley steps in now. Hartley takes the first 2 pitches, and he's ahead in the count 2-0 with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Hartley grounds to the second baseman, who rounds the bag, makes the throw over to first base to get there in time to record the out. 2 outs, top of the fourth. Home team's leading 9-3. Samagala steps in, hits it out to right field. Stimson lost the ball. He's going to recover. He's going to come up throwing. Salamaga is going to slide into second base for a double here with 2 outs, giving Trinity a runner in scoring position. Shulsky was cruising there in that inning, and it looked like he made a good pitch, but sometimes the hitter puts one in play. There's not a whole lot you can do about. Chandler steps in with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs. Swings through the first pitch he sees this at bat. Strike 1. He's really crowding the plate there in the batter's box. He's standing right over top of the plate. Takes strike 2. That's a good comeback from Shulsky there. He made a couple good pitches. The one got put into right field in play. He comes back, and on 3 straight pitches, strikes out the side. As we're now going to move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Another sponsor of today's game is Midtown Market in downtown Canonsburg, one of the newest and most exciting destinations in Washington County. Located on West Pike Street, Midtown Market is a unique, multi-tenant space featuring a mix of dining, shopping, and entertainment all under one roof. From great local food options to a fun, community-focused atmosphere that's quickly becoming a go-to spot for families, friends, and anyone looking to spend time in the heart of Canonsburg. Stop by Midtown Market and experience everything it has to offer. As we step in here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Stimson steps in. He's been having a little bit of a rough night. He walked his first at bat, got hit by a pitch in his second at bat. He takes ball 1 here in his 3rd. Catcher does a nice job of framing the pitch, but the ump doesn't give it to him. Stimson's ahead in the count 2-0. Stimson's ahead in the count 2-0. Takes strike 1 right there. Asks the ump about it, seeing where that was located. Ball low and away. Skips past the catcher back to the backstop. The count is currently 3-1. Stimson watches ball 4 pass by him. He's going to drop his protector and his bat. He's going to jog on down to first base. That's his 3rd free trip down to first base this evening. Petregas stops in this evening 0 for 1 with a walk in his 2nd plate appearance. Runner on first, nobody out. Petregas takes ball 1. Stimson's getting a pretty aggressive secondary lead down there at first base. The catcher thought about trying to fire down there behind him, but chose not to. Poland comes set. Stimson bluffs again, and Petregas just missed that one, fouling it back to the screen. One and one count. Stimson takes off this time. Ball was thrown a little bit outside, but Stimson gets down to second base safely.
Stolen base for Stimson.
And the bonus of having this this kind of an infield, you don't even get to dust yourself off because it's turf. Stimson's taking his lead from second. As Poland comes set, 2-1 the count. Petregas lines it down into the left field gap. It gets all the way out. They're waving the runner home. Stimson's going to score. Petregas is going to get to second base standing up.
Stand-up double for Petregas for Stimson.
Good swing by Petregas there. He kept his head. He kept over top of the ball. Lined it into the left field corner for the stand-up double. We're going to have a timeout here as the pitching coach comes out to have a conversation. Oh, we're going to change up. We're going to have a pitching change here for the 2nd time in 2 innings. Poland was throwing strikes, but he was also the Big Macs kept putting the ball in play. Looks like we're going to jog number 4, Garrett Stoy, out of the dugout. He's going to come out here, and he's going to take his warm-up pitches in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back with you shortly. Looks like we're going to get back to baseball here as, excuse me, as Stoy takes his last warm-up pitches. He's going to work the ball over a little bit. And so far, the big swing of the night is coming back to the plate. Brandon Radu steps in with nobody out here in the bottom of the Bottom of the fourth here, one run already across. Man standing on second base. Radu's last at bat, he put one out to right field for a grand slam. He steps back in, takes ball one. Radu seems to be a pretty patient hitter. He's coming off that last swing that he took. You'd think he'd be looking to drive another baseball here, but he's taken the first two pitches for balls. Ball three outside. Stoy comes set. Radu takes for ball four. He's going to trot down to first base, putting runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring the pitcher up the bat. Shulsky can help his own cause here with nobody out and two runners on. He takes a first pitch strike. First baseman's playing way in on the infield grass. Looks like he's anticipating him to potentially try to turn around on one. Shulsky rolled over one, and Trinity does a good job turning the double play there. He just got over top of that pitch and bounced to the shortstop.
Third baseman, Keegan Williams.
6-4-3 for the double play there. Williams steps in with a runner on third. We still have Petregas down on third. He moved up on that last fielder's choice. One run across already. Keegan Williams looking to get a little two-out magic here. Canon Mac up 10-3. That was inside on his shoe tops. He just got out of the way. Evens the count at 1-1 with two outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Petregas takes his secondary lead coming down third.
No way. No way.
The people up here in the box disagree with the umpire's call there, saying that he went around, but he made the call. The count stands 1-2. Two out. Held up that time, 2-2. Ball bounces out in front of the catcher. Petregas walks it down a little bit, but takes his walk back to third base.
Fantastic.
He took a pitch on the inside corner there that the umpire called strike three. So Williams goes down looking, and we go to the top of the fifth inning. This half-inning break in today's game is brought to you by MP Coney Island, now serving Cannonsburg with the taste of tradition that goes back over 100 years. Family owned since 1923, MP Coney Island is known for its famous chili sauce, classic hot dogs, burgers, and simple, great-tasting food that stands the test of time. Now located right on West Pike Street in Cannonsburg, it's the perfect spot to grab lunch, dinner, and enjoy enjoy a true local favorite. Stop in today and learn more at mpconeyisland.com because around here, it's all about the chili. As we come back here for the top of the fifth inning, there have been several defensive changes made by Canon McMillan. We'll go through those as we get here. First pitch of the inning is fouled back. The changes at second base. New second baseman is number 2, Ben Taxick. Third base is now currently number 3, Alex Eslip. Left field has been taken over by number 15, and I apologize. And right field is now number 21, Gavin Dantry. Counts 0-2 on the first batter. He caught the inside corner, same pitch that was given at the end of last inning. So turnabout is fair play. Williamson didn't agree with it, but he walks back to the dugout as Derek Falvo walks up. While I was checking on a number discrepancy there, first pitch was hit to dead center and caught by the center fielder for the second out of the inning. Shulsky's having a very efficient inning here, throwing under 5 pitches to get 2 outs. I apologize. I mentioned that number 15 had taken over in left field. I was incorrect. That was number 16. Blake Simmons is now the left fielder. Shulsky throws a first pitch strike here as we move on to the next batter, number 16, Carson Hathaway. Hathaway steps in, down 1 strike with 2 outs, count even at 1. Shulsky puts that one by him for the count at 1-2 with 2 outs here as we're coming to the end of the top of the 5th. Shulsky sets, rocks and fires. That one was close, but the umpire gives the batter the benefit of the doubt, evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The 2-2 pitch gets skied out of play back up over the backstop. Hopefully nowhere near my car. It's parked back out there. Still 2-2. Timeout. We're going to reset. And we're going to run through the pitches again. He gives him the head nod and comes set. Real efficient inning there. 2 strikeouts and a flyout to end the top of the 5th. Home team jogs off, coming up to bat in the bottom of the 5th, up 10-3. Another broadcast sponsor for tonight's game is Major Mallard's Duckpin Bowling, located inside of the Midtown Market in Cannonsburg. Whether you're looking for a fun night out, a team event, or a private party, Major Mallard's offers a unique duckpin bowling experience for all ages. With multiple lanes, a great atmosphere, and access to all the food and entertainment inside Midtown Market, it's quickly becoming one of the go-to spots in the area. Book your lane or plan your next event today at MajorMallards.com and see why everyone's heading downtown for the fun. Matthew Koken stepping into bat here. Gets out of the way of the first pitch here in the bottom of the fifth.
I don't know. It's just going to be whoever comes up next. He's in the A-hole. Yeah, he's been hitting for
Koken swings at the second pitch to even the count at 1-1. This is Koken's first at bat of the evening. He's ahead in the count 2-1. Koken was right on top of that pitch and fouled it straight back. Timing was right there. Evens the count at 2-2. Coach Steele takes a walk down from his third base coaching box to have a little conversation with the team, make sure everybody's staying focused on what the objective is today. Koken ducks down and gets out of the way of that pitch. That was almost a weird situation. He went straight down and the ball almost hit the bat over his shoulder as he ducked out of the way of the ball. He's ahead 3-2 and rips one down the third base line, just foul. Koken hits it just foul outside of third base again, almost identical spot as the last time. He's testing Coach Steele's fielding ability down there, third base line. We'll have a little bit of a time while they retrieve the ball down the third base line. Here we go. Koken steps in, 3-2. Frozen. Borderline pitch, but he gets the pitcher gets the benefit of the call, and Koken's retired for one down in the bottom of the fifth.
Number 16, Blake Simmons.
Now stepping in for his first bat of the evening is the new left fielder, Blake Simmons. Simmons looks at the first pitch for a strike. Simmons looks at the first ball of the at-bat, evens the count at 1. Simmons rolls over at second base. They get him out at first base. He just barely misses running out the throw. But good work by the Trinity defense to retire the first two batters of the bottom of the fifth. Now coming back up to bat, Massimo Falcone.
Massimo Falcone.
He had a double in his first at bat. Steps in here with 2 outs. Nobody on. Falcone takes a big rip at the first pitch and misses. Strike one. Falcone rips one back up the middle. Gets through the pretty much right over the second base bag. Rounds first for a single. Gives us a base runner with 2 outs.
Number 2, Ben Tazak.
Ben Tazak steps in, having been a defensive replacement in the top half of the inning to come in at second base. Takes ball 1. Falcone's been active on the base paths all day. Takes another large lead at first. Gets the attention of the pitcher. Falcone gets into second base. That was a good slide. He slid to the outside of the bag to stay away from the tag by the shortstop. That's just aggressive base running there with 2 outs, giving the team an opportunity, putting himself in scoring position. It also does the job of getting in the pitcher's head a little bit. Now he's got to think about the runner in scoring position, and he goes 3-0 in the count to Tazak. Tazak steps in, looks at the first strike of the at-bat, 3-1 with 2 outs. Tazak was patient with that at bat. He takes a walk down to first base, 2 out. And we now have our second 2-out runner. Little meeting of the minds between the catcher and the pitcher here.
Right fielder, number 21, Gavin Trinity.
Creighton's going to jog back behind the plate and get set. Dantry's first at bat, also a defensive replacement in right field in the top half of the inning. Steps in with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch at the knees for a strike, 1-1. One and two as he's out in front of the off-speed pitch. Falcone's a lot of movement down there at second base. Shortstop's playing in behind him, playing a little cat and mouse with him. He takes off, rolls over, and they hit the ball behind him. Good base running there. We're going to hold the runner at second. That's going to score Falcone. Good piece of hitting there by Dantry. Hit it right behind the runner. That's just good 2-out baseball there by this Canon Mac team. They put some runners on base. Aggressive base running gets them another run to take the lead 11-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Still 2 out. Petregas steps back in, having himself a fairly good game. Double in his last at bat. He takes ball 1 with runners on first and second. 2 out. They throw in behind the base runner at second base. As Petregas took ball 2. 2-0 is the count with 2 outs. Runner still on first and second. Petregas gets set. Stoy comes set. Just inside, runs the count 3-0. Petrega showing good patience here in this at bat. Petrega's takes 3-1. Petregas lines one out to right center. Right fielder settles under it, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Trinity's going to jog it off here. Down 11-3. Top of the sixth coming up. Today's game is brought to you by the Mariana Outdoorsman Association, a cornerstone of outdoor recreation right here in southwestern Pennsylvania. From trout stalking on 10 Mile Creek to hunting, fishing, and conservation efforts across hundreds of acres at Wild Acres Farm, the MOA is dedicated to preserving the outdoors and creating opportunities for the next generation. Whether it's casting a line, hitting the range, or getting involved in local events, there's something for everyone. Visit MarianaOutdoors.com to learn more. Become a member and experience everything the MOA has to offer. Creighton leading off the top of the sixth here for Trinity. Shulsky's first pitch gets hit out to right field. Stimson rests underneath it, and we get one out here in the top half of the sixth.
Designated hitter, Aaron Hirschman.
The DH, Hirschman, settles back in. Shulsky comes set. Blew that one by him for strike one. Froze him with that pitch right on the inside corner. Shulsky's ahead 0-2 with one out here in the top of the sixth. Efficient at bat there from Shulsky. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for the strikeout. On 4 pitches, we have 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Landon Kahn stepping in now. Kahn thought about it, but holds back for ball one. I will say this, Shulsky had a little bit of a rocky first inning, and then he's calmed down, putting up zeros in 4 of the next 5 frames so far. He evens the count 1-1 with 2 outs. He seems to have found himself in a real good rhythm. Here as we're in the 6th. He rocks and fires. He rolls over it to the third baseman. The third baseman gets there and gets it across the gets it across for the third out of the inning. Home team comes into bat in the bottom of the inning, leading 11-3. Today's game was also brought to you by Boyer Pentech, a trusted name in restoration and construction across western Pennsylvania. Locally owned and operated, Boyer Pentech specializes in bringing homes and businesses back to life after fire, water, or storm damage, working directly with the insurance providers to restore properties quickly and efficiently. With decades of experience and a full-service approach, their team handles everything from emergency response to complete rebuild, so you can get back to normal without the stress. Learn more at BoyerPentech.com and trust the team that's been restoring communities since 1979. Dylan Musser to lead things off here in the bottom of the sixth for the Big Macs. He fouls it straight down the first base line, out of play for strike one. Stoy is still going strong here for Trinity, being their third pitcher on the evening. Stoy steps off. Little conversation with the dugout. Now he steps back on. Musser steps back in. Is ready for the 0-1 pitch. Musser swings through the 0-1. Now down 0-2. Stoy painted the inside corner there. Musser didn't agree, but the umpire rings it up anyway. Musser heads back to the dugout. One down here in the bottom of the sixth.
Number 33, Ryan Jordan.
Another player, Ryan Jordan, steps in for his first at bat of the evening. Jordan swings over top of the first pitch. Oh and 1 with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Good eye he takes to even the count at 1. Jordan looks at ball 2. Jordan rips one down the first baseline, but just outside the line for a foul ball. Looks like he's going to be replacing the first baseman here as we get into the 6th and 7th inning. Jordan has a 2-2 count. We got a ball down the first baseline, but we're going to play on anyway. Wow, frozen with that pitch. Very similar to the last at bat. 2 strikeouts here in the inning for Stoy. Alex Eslip steps in now. I apologize. Alex Eslip steps in. His first at bat against Stoy. Swings over the top of the first pitch. Takes the second pitch, evens the count at 1. Outside, 2-1. That's the third time he's got that pitch called this inning. Inside corner, 2-2 with 2 outs. Easlip steps back in, adjusts his helmet, puts one down the first baseline, but just foul. Falvo cuts it off before it gets down in the corner and gets it back in. 2-2 with 2 out. Stoy sets himself back on the mound as Easlip digs back in the box. Fooled him with the off-speed pitch, and Stoy gets 3 strikeouts in this half inning. Canon takes the field in the top of the 7th with an 11-3 lead. Today's game and scoreboard are brought to you by Seaside Sports, one of the premier baseball and softball training facilities right here in Washington County. With state-of-the-art indoor facility, expert coaching, and year-round training programs, Seaside helps athletes of all ages take their game to the next level. From private lessons and team training to camps, clinics, and indoor leagues, they provide everything players need to develop their skills, because at Seaside, there is no off-season. Visit seasidesports.com to book a lesson, join a camp, or start training today. Shulsky's first pitch at the top of the 7th is fouled back for a strike. The number 9 hitter, Jace Hartley. Ooh. Hartley tried to get out of the way, but wasn't quick enough. Took one glancing blow off the top of the helmet. Shulsky smirks a little bit because I think that one got away from him a little bit. Didn't mean to get there. A little bit mad at himself, but he's going to wave it. It appears that he shook it off, and we're going to get back in here. Runner on first, nobody out. Top of the order, Owen Semagala. I apologize. I've said his name wrong a couple times this evening, so I do apologize to him. He's been having a pretty good game himself this evening. But he takes strike 1 there from Shulsky. Runner takes off from first. Samagala sends it right back up over the backstop, so we're going to have to reset at first base there. Hartley jogs back over and gets himself set. Shulsky sets at the hip with an 0-2 count and bluffs back over to first base. Hartley dives in. Samagala fouls another one off. Pickoff move to first. Radu applies the tag, but he gets back in time. Hartley got in under the tag.
Now the thing with Carson is he's a sophomore, so he had that baseball birthday.
Looks like Shulsky had a little bit of an issue there. It looked like he slipped on that pitch. Didn't look like he injured himself, just looked like it was a weird landing there. That's why the ball ended up high. We're 1-2 on Samagala here in the top of the 7th with a runner on first. Batter takes time and steps out. Samagala fouls another ball back up. He's battling in this at bat. Behind in the count though, 1-2. Samagala swings through that one for strike 3. And Shulsky has another K. Chandler steps in, swings through the first pitch for a strike. Throw over the first was a little bit late by Shulsky. Chandler swings through the second pitch. 0-2 with one out. I will say this, though. Hartley seems to have him a little bit preoccupied. He's the only person that's really bothered him over there. He goes. Hartley goes. He slides in just under the tag. Stolen base. Hartley gets down to second, puts a runner in scoring position with one out. Now I see why Shulsky was watching him, trying to keep him close. High to even the count, 2-2. Just inside. Count goes full with one out here. Runner on second, top of the 7th. Chandler worked it back from an 0-2 count. Very patient at bat there from Chandler. Chandler takes off his equipment, tosses it towards the dugout as he jogs down to first base. One out, runners on first and second. And that brings Jonah Williamson back to the plate. The Trinity shortstop steps in with one out and 2 on. He rips one down the left field line, and it clears the fence. Williamson was right on top of that baseball, and he hit it right over the state champ sign down the left field, down into the left field corner. He's going to round the bases, touch it, and that's going to bring this game to an 11-6 score with one out in the top of the 7th. It's amazing what one pitch can do. Coach Steele's going to take the long walk out to the mound, have a conversation with his pitcher. Shulsky hands the ball off, and he's bringing in the pitcher that's been warming up down in the bullpen. Let's see who that was. Well, that swing makes this game a little bit more interesting. There's one out. Still a lot of work to do for Trinity, but that definitely helps. The crowd gives Shulsky a big round of applause as he walks off. He's shaking his head because I don't think he was real happy with himself for giving up that last home run. But the team comes out and gets around him, gets with him. Number 27, Reed Wilharm, is now going to be your pitcher of record as he takes the mound. He's going to get his warm-up pitches, and we'll be back in a second. During this pitching change, we just wanted to let you know that another one of our sponsors and a sponsor of Canon Baseball are the Virginia Manor Shops, conveniently located at 1717 Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh. Whether you're grabbing groceries at Giant Eagle, shopping for coffee at Starbucks, or taking care of everyday errands with Citizens Bank, PNC Bank, or Supercuts, Virginia Manor Shops has everything you need in one place. It's your one-stop destination for convenience, quality, and quick access right off of Green Tree Road. Stop by Virginia Manor Shops and see how easy it is to get everything done in one trip. Looks like Wilharm is ready to go here as he steps in. Derek Falvo, the first baseman for Trinity, also steps in his classic open stance. Falvo takes ball one from Wilharm. Again, it's currently 11-6 for the home team. Canon Mac is up here in the top of the seventh. Falvo rolls over one, second base. Shortstop comes up throwing and gets him at first.
Nice play by the shortstop, Noah Westfall. 2 outs.
Westfall made a great play ranging to his left there. Came up throwing and got Falvo at first. 2 outs here now in the top of the seventh. And in steps number 16, Carson Hathaway, third baseman for Trinity. He takes ball one. Hathaway comes set. I apologize. Wilharm comes set. Hathaway was in the box. Two balls and one strike, Wilharm, with 2 outs here in the top of the seventh. Wilharm evens the count, 2-2 with 2 outs here. Hathaway's a little bit mad at himself. He thought he had a good beat on that one, but just swung underneath it. Hathaway back in the box, set. Wilharm just a little bit inside there. 3-2, full count, 3-2-2. Strikes, balls, outs. Hathaway hits one back up the middle, gets past the second baseman into center field. He's going to slowly round first, not really make an attempt. He's going to go back, and he's going to slap hands with the coach. Good piece of hitting there. Didn't try to do too much with it, just put it back up the middle. Number 23, Tim Creighton, steps into the box. The catcher for Trinity, with a runner on first base and 2 outs. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Skied straight up in front of us for the final out of the game. It's pulled in by the catcher. Nico Petregas squeezes it for the 3rd out of the game. And we're going to have the traditional handshake here at home plate. A good game, and your final here is 11-6. Canon Max scored 11 runs on 7 hits with 1 error. Trinity, 6 runs on 4 hits with 1 error. We're going to leave this up and running a little bit. You look at the schedule, the up-and-coming games coming through the rest of the season. We just want to say one final thanks here before we run out. We're going to say thank you to all of our sponsors that have actively helped us get through this. The Mariana Outdoorsman Association, Boyer Pentec, Seaside Sports, the Virginia Manor Shops, Hellbender Marketing, the Midtown Market, MP Coney Island, and Major Mallard's Duckpin Bowling, all of which helped bring this game to you today. Another win for the Canon Macmillan Big Macs as we start the season. Trinity falls to 1-3. They made it close there at the end of the game. Shulsky had himself what was a pretty good game after he settled down in the first inning. He made one bad pitch late, but that's the way it goes sometimes in this game. So we do appreciate you guys tuning in with us, and we will see you guys again tomorrow as we're back here tomorrow for another home game. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a great evening.